Hello, hello. The Bloodlust is live. We are here today getting into some Trackmania Tuesday. Yes. Everybody loves the little Trackmania. We've been doing Trackmania for quite a while now. This is week 54. I actually went back and looked through some of my old VODs and stuff. We started on week 13. Thought we started on week 16, but I guess week 13 was the first week that I reviewed. We changed the format a little bit, but you know, it's stayed the same. We are reviewing the Trackmania weekly shorts, the new ones, week 50. We're going to look at 54. Check out the records there. I actually got a couple of really good runs last week. I'm super happy with the results. I finished in top 5 in Oregon on one track, so that was cool. See, there was another one. Oh yeah, there's a couple of them that we had a couple of really good runs on. But we're gonna check out last week's records, and we're gonna check out this week's new tracks. We're gonna do the author medals, discover everything, see if we can't get some pretty good runs, and we might even check out the advanced shorts if we have time. So buckle up, because we're gonna hop right in. Oh, I need to get rid of that. Give everyone a chance to see the whole screen there. What up? Patano. Is that right? You know, you said that the other day, how to pronounce it, and it confused the crap out of me, but I really thought about it. I think I figured it out. Patano. Patino? Yeah, something like that. Whatever. What up? Thanks for popping in, everyone. How's it going? Happy to see everyone. Thanks for being here, Valerie. We're gonna hop into weekly shorts 54. Check out last week's records, of course, starting with track 266, Filing a Complaint. Apologize for the vertical screen there over on YouTube. If you would prefer to watch the horizontal, you can come hop on over to Twitch. Link is in the description. I just don't have money to pay for Streamlabs right now. But we're going to get into it. We got track 266, week 54, number 1. This is Filing a Complaint. This is... Okay. I don't know who Ronaldinho is, but I'll take your word for it. This is Filing a Complaint. This one actually I thought was actually a good bit of fun. It's one of the first tracks that ever made me decide to change my camera mid-run. Going first person around this first corner there is actually really helpful. Something I've never really done before. Try to get a low jump there, keep as much of your speed as possible, and that's the finish that I decided to take. Jumping over there to the left. That is, I feel like, probably the faster finish. I have not looked at the records on this track yet. I haven't looked at, well, actually, I have looked at the records on track 3. I couldn't help myself. But one viewer was saying that they thought the right side was faster. It could possibly be. I just suck at slopes, I guess. And that sand really does slow you down a lot there. So it's hard to say. What up? What up? Thanks for popping in. We're just reviewing last week's tracks. We're going to try to get one more good run here. Just for funsies. Oh, that was weird. I caught air. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to check out the records. We got Seawind in number 5. Hiokari, Ricard, Walking Cat, and Ingler. So some names that we recognize. So we're going to start with Seawind, Hukari, and Rickard. Let's see, we got everybody looks pretty tight around that first corner, going wide, taking a nice straight line into the downhill section, landing as early as possible on that uphill part, going to the left and early to the right side of the finish. So it seems as though the left side is the preferred path, the world record path anywhere. Hello, hello. Oh, your birthday's tomorrow. Rock on. Well, thanks for popping in today. Happy early birthday. So that was Seawind, Rickard, Hukari 1. H-U-Car 1. Hukari, I'm just gonna call that. Good run, nice smooth run, clean around the first corner. They go low there and early up, catching a lot of speed, a little wide around that corner, but they get a nice straight line across the fence. Again, nice early low landing there, which is what you're looking for. We're gonna go from Rickard, Walking Cat. We're gonna save Ingler. We're gonna go from Rickard's perspective here. Looks like Walking Cat goes a little bit earlier to the up the hill there, catching themselves about a tire length of extra space, doing a little wiggle there. Not sure if that's optimal, but they did manage to get in ahead of everyone else. Walking Cat, nice low landing there, going a little wide around that section and doing kind of an interesting wiggle, or maybe that's Rickard's doing a wiggle. Let's check it out from Walking Cat's perspective here. Walking Cat, nice straight line there. Early into the downhill, nice, beautiful landing there. It is Rickard that's doing the wiggly stuff. Walking Cat, nice straight line. Rock on. We got Walking Cat and Ingler. We're gonna go from Ingler's perspective here. Ingler's a name that we recognize, been seeing them on the leaderboards a lot. They went really wide down the first hill. Nice, smooth downhill into a super early landing. Looks like they even got a little bit of a clip on the bottom there, but left was faster. Yeah, it seems as so that is the case. Yeah, really, you see a little bit of sparks under their car there. Nice early low landing, and they just have a ton of speed into the finish there. Cocking themselves at an angle just so they can get that tire in ahead. That is, what was it, AO1 from the AO1 race from the Trackmania Stadium. Somebody beat a record on that like about a year ago or so now. And they beat it by 1,000 because they turned left before the finish so that their tire could get in just a little bit ahead of the record. So a lot of people have been doing that now, going in at an angle into the finish there to get their tire in just a tiny bit ahead. Sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it seems kind of silly, but that time it made the difference. Well done to Ingler, Walking Cat, Rickard, Hukari, and Seawind. Everyone there. On the record's left side. Let the YouTube crowd see that there. I gotta line that back up. Looks pretty good. All right. On to the next one. That was Filing a Complaint, week 54. Track number 1. This is Rustic. This is the one that I actually, after everything was all said and done, I had probably the lowest score on, and I managed to make a ton of improvements on this on Saturday, just before the reset. We're gonna go nice smooth right here, and you want to go straight across that plastic section. You want to catch the edge because the outside edge is actually not plastic, so you can keep more grip and keep your left tire contacting that edge. You get a nice little jump over the sidewall there into the finish. If you're at early finish, you want to land on the left if you possibly can. the optimal way to go through, see there, this is where the nuance takes place. So we're actually just here in the center section. Don't really need a fantastic start actually, but just here in the center section. You want to get a nice early downhill and really close to this wall so you can angle yourself straight up that hill. If you can angle yourself almost to where you touch that pole and get a nice straight line up this hill, you can keep a ton of speed, get a nice early turn around that corner. I had a couple of runs where I did manage to get a super early turn there, but it was kind of a lot of RNG involved. Of course, it is plastic. Plastic's a pain in the butt. Hello, hello. Thanks for popping in. Who's that? Oh, that's Natalie. How's it going? So we're just checking out the tracks reviewing last week. We're on Rustic. We're gonna look at the records here. We got iCoco Nut. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we seem to have an imposter in the leaderboards here. iCoco Nut, Bronx TM, Key TM, Chupacabra, Bra, and Solovagants. We've seen Solovagants a lot. We're gonna start from iCoconut, Bronx, and Key TM. iCoconut's perspective, of course. Oh, let's start that again. Nice early turn around that corner, staying onto the left side there, catching that platform, gaining themselves a little bit of speed across the grass, of course. Super early turn up the hill, as I was saying. A little wide through that section though, but keeping a ton of speed into the finish and straight over the railing. See, that was one thing I was actually having some issues with, is getting over that railing. I kept bumping my tire, like my back tire over it. Right there. If you go too straight, you actually, I guess maybe that's a speed thing, just need a little bit more speed. They do seem to have quite a bit more speed than me all the way through this, but yeah, I kept bumping my tire on that railing. So nice run, nice smooth run. iCoconut, Bronx TM, and Key TM. We're to go from Key TM and Chupacabra. We got Key TM's perspective here. Chupacabra wiggling a little bit through the grass section there. Looks like that might have give them a little bit more speed for the uphill section, and nice tight around that part. Hitting a lot of that grass in that last turn though. Just barely making it into the finish ahead of Key TM. Chupacabra behind in the second checkpoint here. Going down the right side, nice smooth turns there. Little bit of a speed slide even kind of maybe into the finish. Hard to say. Let's go from Chupacabra's perspective. Solamente. He goes straight across the grass, nice and smooth. Early, super close to that pillar, wiggling up the plastic to if you wiggle it like just the perfect rate, like flick your tires to the left or right, whichever direction, and release, it allows you to kind of slide but also keep more of your grip. Just the weird ways that the physics work in this game sometimes. Been grinding Bacon's weekly shorts, 7th in the world, dang. 200 people that have played it. Heck yeah, dude. Alright, so that was Chupacabra. Let's go ahead and check out with Solovagants there. We're just gonna go from Solovagants' perspective with Chupacabra behind him. Solovagants, nice smooth turn in the start there, straight across the grass, hitting the platform, super tight around the second checkpoint. Nice line up the hill. Chupacabra keep getting a little bit more speed there, but Solovagants had a smoother turn into the finish and manages to snipe it by 110, or 1/100 in fact. Super smooth around each turn. Went a little wide in a couple of sections, but going as smooth as he did allowed him to keep just a little bit more speed, maybe 1 or 2 more speed than Chupacabra. Looks like, yeah, he actually literally had 1 more speed going into the finish there. You can kind of see both their speedometers, or yeah, on the back of their car there, but looks like he's like literally one speed ahead when they go into the track. Well done. Great run by Solovagants, Chaprakabra, KeyTM, Bronx TM, and iCoconut. I wonder if that's iCoco and they just changed their name, or if that's like an actual imposter. Sus. Alright, moving on. That was track 2, Rustic, week 54. We're on to track 3 here. This one actually I had a lot of fun with. I almost always have the most fun with the Pathfinder tracks, but there's a lot of different paths you can go here. This is a fun one. You can bounce into this hole here, get a nice smooth downhill, catch a lot of speed, and had somebody in chat that was saying, oh, well, you know, reduce your airtime, stuff like that, making just general suggestions, and it had me thinking. So I, you know, started checking out some stuff. I noticed there's this path down here between these trees. If you can make it, it's definitely a difficult path, but if you can make it through there smoothly, get up here onto the pavement, and oh, actually, there was another part to that. There's another part to that, which I think I was on stream when I did this once, but if you come here and bounce there, then you can skip the grass. You get a nice smooth jump up here. There are ways to reduce your airtime. I was trying to figure out a way to reduce my airtime into that, but I kind of failed it. There was a bunch of different people, it seemed, that took that path. I really was a fan of this path. This is probably one of the most fun paths if you can get a nice smooth landing. But before the end, as I was saying, there was somebody in chat that was saying, you know, reduce your airtime, stuff like that, like just making general suggestions. And I really thought about it. I was all like, okay, reducing my airtime. What is the best way to reduce my airtime? And I found this somewhat complicated path. You got to get like the perfect turn onto that platform there at the end, and you can keep all of your speed. And I managed to get, for my personal best, a 17.528, which actually I'm really happy with. On map 3 this week right now. Oh, maybe it's not an imposter. Maybe it's a Smurf account. I'm gonna do one more run on that just because I had so much fun with this track. I really did, actually. Like some tracks, dang it, some tracks, or some weeks, I should say, they have kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like, not really like generic or lame in any way, just like uninspired tracks, you know. But this week they had a lot of really fun tracks. I definitely enjoyed most of them. I enjoyed this one the most by far. Dang. I was cooking one night. I freaking had myself working a really good line on this one. But we're gonna check out the world record here. We're gonna look at, we got Vizix, VHY, ZX, ZK Rust, Arctic Expert, Bobo 247, and Solovagants. Solovagants has 2 records in a row. VHY's perspective with ZK Rust and Arctic Expert. They're going down to the right, nice smooth turn through the grass here. Up, they're gonna skip the grass, yep, skipping the grass section here, and going to the left, catching a magnet block on the side there, and getting a ton of speed into the air finish, which is, you would like, and they must have had a ton of speed going into that, because the finish in the air is actually behind the finish in front. Let's go from my PB's perspective, just for funsies, so we can see how far behind. So go here, down below there, they had a ton of speed through that grass section. Pretty good low landing there. Probably could have reduced some airtime here, but they are so far ahead of me with so much speed there. Crazy the way that they managed to launch themselves into that back finish there. ZK Russ going a little wide through that section, but nice and straight through the pavement, over the grass. Arctic Expert here in the middle and just gets the extra speed there into the finish. Had a smoother escape off of the magnet block. Good bounce over the grass. Great run there. Hi Coco. Oh yeah. Hello, hello. What up, Michael? Been hunting map 5 this week, huh? Is that a good one? We're gonna find out. Great run there by VHYZK or ZK Russ and Arctic Expert. We're gonna go from Arctic Expert's perspective here with Bobo 247, who is in second place. Looks like they also go down to the right across the grass path. This honestly surprised me. Bobo had a lot of speed there, bouncing over the grass section. Nice low line there with just a little bit more speed into the finish. I'm super surprised this is the world record route. It sometimes the world record really does come down to technique more than it does the actual route, because this route does not seem as fast as it's turning out to be. Solovagant's getting a ton of speed there in the finish. Bobo Solovagant's going through the grass path. Nice smooth turn there. Solovagant's going a little wide. A bit behind here, Bobo, but getting more speed off of the magnet block. A smoother line and launching into the finish there for a 0.03 improvement. But they gained so much in the finish. Solovagant's gained a ton in the end there. More than 0.03, like probably like 0.1. He was so far behind Bobo, and just at the end manages to catch a ton of speed off of that magnet block. Nice smooth line down that hill and straight into the finish there. This is a beautiful run by Solovagant. Well done to VHYZX, ZK Rust, Arctic Expert, Bobo, and Solovagant. That is top 5 of track 3 for week 54, Sundrop. On to the next. I did actually manage to get myself number 5 in Oregon on that track. Pretty happy with that. It's week 54, Santa's Harbor. Now, this one has a lot of wood on it. I'm not a huge fan of wood, but this one actually wasn't that bad. Pretty simple path. You can get yourself situated in the start here. Pretty simple path. You can almost go straight across that section. Want a nice early turn onto that, which that was not. And a good early turn again onto that magnet block. That was the one thing I was having a lot of troubles with last week, was getting a nice line off of that magnet block. That was tough, because getting lined up, like, you have to be already at a left, like going slightly left when you approach the magnet block, and because of the nature of wood, it kind of just throws you into that corner, which was a huge pain. Like that, exactly like that. Yo, what's going on, Justin? Good to see you, man. How was your Christmas, bro? We're gonna go one more time here, try to get a good run on this. Oh, look at that, nice speed there. Got a little bit of a quantum slide, but didn't turn tight enough out of that section. So we're just gonna go ahead and view the records here. We got number 1 Rialu fan, SNR Werman, Snorman, Mark TM, Bosi, and Sokrat. We've seen a few of these. Mark TM, Bosi, Sokrat, number 1 Rialu fan. They are veterans in the top 5. So we're gonna start from number 1 Rialu fan's perspective. Going nice early down the hill. tight around that corner, straight through that section, not even the slightest bit of deviation. Beautiful turn through that section. Number one Riolifan going a little bit wider than everyone else. And oh my gosh, they did. Wow. That's crazy. I was almost thinking that finish was impossible. Holy crap. The precision on that. Jeez. Oh my gosh. That is so tight. That line is so tight right there. Number one Riolifan ahead through pretty much most of this track, but they go really wide through this section, allowing S&M Werman to get ahead. And Mark TM carries a ton more speed through that, and they get super early turn to the finish. It almost doesn't even seem possible. That angle, I gotta see that one more time. That angle that they take into the finish is crazy. Jeez. That's crazy. Excellent run. That was number one Riolifan, S&N Werman. We're gonna go from Mark TM's perspective with Bosi ahead of him here. Looks like they go pretty even there. Bosi going a little bit more wide, wiggling across the wood here. Getting an earlier turn onto the second wood section and a bit more speed up the magnet block. A little wide across there, but they take a nice early line through that last wood section and get a better angle into the finish, allowing them to get in there just a tiny bit earlier. But they are actually ahead a bit here at the end, Bosi. And I mean, Bosi doing a little bit of wiggly stuff there. Nice line though. Excellent work. So we're gonna go from Bosi's perspective, actually Socrat's perspective, with Bosi behind him here. Socrat got the snow car skin. They're going. Looks like they got a ton of speed here going ahead of Bosi. Nice and smooth through that last wood section. That was taken aback by the car. Nice and straight through this first section. A little wide here so they can get an earlier entry into the second wood section. Just about as close as you can get to that corner up the magnet block there. And a nice early line into the finish. Getting ahead by 3 thousandths. Barely making it in there ahead, but beautiful line through this section. Nice and tight. Barely making it through that gap. God, that is a scary gap. You have so much speed when you hit that point. Nice and straight there. Excellent work. Great run by Socrat, Bosi, Mark TM, SNR Werman, and number one Riolifan. Top 5 for track 4, week 54, Santa's Harbor. We got one more track to review. Sharp turns indeed. Yes, very sharp turns. That's what the wood's for. It's kind of like actually scary sometimes when you hit those wood sections because you got so much speed and you're like just like freaking whipping so fast. It like your brain almost can't keep up with it. This is the last track here. I did enjoy this one. This is like a reverse 08 situation. I don't know why. This is like a combination of things that I really hate, but for some reason it was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know. But this is 08 Christmas present. And we got the desert car. And we got the 08 structure with the little bumps. That's what they call it 08 because of one of the tracks in Stadium, I believe. It's an old Easter egg kind of thing that turned into its own like genre of track sort of, and now there's like a whole community that does 08 tracks kind of in a funny way. But there's kind of a lot of nuance here. It's a ton to explain. Just went flying in. Hope you got a house. Oh yeah, I went flying into the house. Hope you got a house. Right there at the finish. Yeah, you just smash into that house in the corner. But anyway, there's a lot of nuance here on this track. Dang it. You want to get you want to get a nice angle for this uphill, and then you just carry that, and the goal is to flick up each section, get up the lip as early as possible. The earlier that you can get up each lip, the sooner you can start collecting speed for the next one. You get yourself a nice angle there. It's kind of tough because you have to set your angle at the bottom right here. You set your angle, and then you gotta ride it out to the top. Can't turn too tight, otherwise you'll mess up that angle a little bit, but you want to get up this hill as soon as possible in each section. Nice smooth early around that there, and then early up and into the finish. Wiggle across the ice there to conserve your speed slightly, but this was a fun one. I did enjoy it. Got number 15 in Oregon on this track. We're gonna go ahead and check out the records. We got oh my god, Dower Giggle-Mesh, Vex, Sid TM, Daka, and Niku. We're gonna start from Giggle's perspective with Vex and Sid TM. They go wide at the bottom, and what an wow, what? That's some freaking craziness. Wide at the bottom, bouncing off of that snowman and launching themselves in the air off the plastic, zooping all the way into the finish, ping-ponging off of the plastic walls. Crazy. Let's go from Vex perspective here. Looks like Vex and Sid TM did a little bit smoother. Sid had a much smoother finish, missing the snowman, launching themselves straight up the hill. Nice smooth line and landing there. Sid gets a massive zoop into the finish. I did not even see that. I didn't think about, I mean, I was thinking there might be a way to kind of zoop yourself, but the plastic didn't even register to me. I didn't even notice it was there, if I'm being honest. I did notice that like everything on the map is plastic, like all of the decorations, but that's kind of a wild one. What a launch. Interesting wide line up the hill, getting themselves multiple zoops on the way up, bouncing a couple of times, Sid getting a ton of speed into the finish. Let's go from Daka's perspective with Sid behind there. Going a little wide. Daka going even wider than Sid, starting their zoop from lower down the hill and launching themselves like perfectly up to the plateau there. Straight into the finish. Barely missing the checkpoint, but what a wild run. There's always got to be one. There's got to be one every week. We're going to go look at Niku here, Solamente. Niku gets a ton of speed across that low platform there, zooping across multiple sections there, and just straight into the finish. Super smooth, excellent run. With Daka behind. Daka's way behind, not even on the screen. Niku just zooping over everything, almost losing it there into the finish, but getting a tiny zoop off of that last bit of plateau before the finish line. Bouncing on their side, almost losing it, but managing to get in there just ahead. That's actually, I gotta try that one just once. So they go super wide here so they can set up here. Interesting. So you got to be at like a specific angle for that, apparently. Dang. Need more speed or something? It didn't work for me. Why does that work for them? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong here? It didn't work for me. Why is it not working for me? They must hit it harder than me, I guess. Yeah, or something. How? How did they get that launch? Oh, almost. Almost. I had one tire kind of lift up there. I'm really questioning this. Sometimes these tricks are like entirely RNG. They have nothing to do with your actual skill. Like, you just gotta like bounce and hope, you know? Almost my front tire almost lifted there. That's crazy. I don't know how they managed to do this. Crazy. Well, that was 08th Christmas present. Great work to Dower Gilgamesh, Vex, Sid Tien, Daka, and Niku. Excellent work to everyone there. Oh, hey, isn't that cute? Little family of snowmans here at the bottom. That was track 5 of week 54. I managed to make myself number 8 in Oregon overall. Had number 14 on 3 tracks, number 15 on the last one, and number 5 on track 3. World records, points goes to Solovagance with 85,000, followed by Sokrat, Niku, Ingler, and Bosi. All of them had at least 1 or 2 positions in the top 5. Bosi did not manage to catch any of the world records, but they did end up in the top 5 once, and probably somewhere near the top 10 or something on a couple other tracks, because they got themselves just enough points. 29,918 got themselves into 5th place. It's actually a lot. It's like 10,000 points between Bosi and Ingler. Kind of crazy. We're gonna go to week 55. Looks like a slope kind of platform map. Interesting. There's been a lot of tracks like this. In fact, it looks very similar to one from a couple of weeks back. Interesting, okay. You want to keep contact as much as you can in most places, but the thing is, because it's grass, actually airtime is good here in some spots. There's certain times where airtime can be good, especially on like the penalty grass there. Skip as much of that penalty grass as possible. Skip the penalty grass and the sand if you can. Nice early up there, but bad line top, so skip the penalty grass if you can. Early up there. Dang. Need an earlier line on that. See, that's the... It's almost like a balancing act. You gotta ride the edge between the top and bottom, you know? Kind of doing this sort of thing like all the way down, and you want to have like you want to turn enough so that you can get up and down each hill smoothly, but you don't want to turn so much that it knocks you out of line for your next setup, like that. See, I went a little too wide there, but it didn't kill the run. I wonder how you would even get that booster before the finish line there and like keep your line. It looks like there might be a couple of layers to this, but hard to say. How is that faster? By 2,000s, that's crazy. What up? How's it going, Wills? Working on new week's tracks. This one's pretty simple, but just like everything else, there's a lot of nuance to it. You missed the review. Found myself a pretty cool path on track 3 last week. Oh, there we go. That's the line I was looking for. Boom, look at that. That was a ton of speed. That was better. Still not even just barely outside the top 50. Alright, game's teasing me now. Like to get at least inside the top 50 in the state. Heck yeah, how was your Christmas, yo? If you do celebrate Christmas. I suppose not everyone celebrates Christmas, so you know, your holidays. I got a bunch of clothes for Christmas. I was hoping for a new headset, but that did not come. Skip the grass. Nice smooth line there. Damn it! They need to get around that little hump there. Skip the penalty grass. Early line there. Keep our contact. Oh man, see, trying to go for that booster there is kind of a run killer. An electric toothbrush and new shoes. Oh wow. Spoiled yourself indeed. That's hilarious. An electric toothbrush there. That must be nice. I got myself an electric toothbrush a while back. I do appreciate it. Saves a lot of time. Sweet. Okay, barely missed that tree. Man, that was a bad line. That's another thing is the grass. Like, you want to stay as straight as possible so that you can maintain essentially full grip across the grass, but it does not take much to slide out. Refuse to get wet feet. Oh, because of the snow. Needed some like waterproof boots or something. Yeah, we haven't had any snow here yet, but when we do, I will definitely be switching. Caught a little bit of airtime there. Man, that line is rough. That's the roughest line right there. Oh, too much sand. Yep, there you go, the Gore-Tex. Yeah, I got, my boots are Vibram and Gore-Tex. They were for firefighting. Didn't end up doing a lot of that. Oh, there we go. That was a good line. Had much more speed now. Yo! Oh my gosh, that was a lot of speed there. That snowballed hella. Oh, that was good. Okay. So that's a thing. More about skipping the sand and the penalty grass than actually getting a smooth line. So there again is the, you know, that's every track really is like, I guess, multi-surface tracks. On multi-surface tracks, that's always the debate or the nuance is like the balance between the straight line and the smooth path. Yeah, that didn't go quite as well as I was hoping. Alright, we're gonna take a couple more runs on this. I could probably get one more good improvement right now. I'm gonna take a bit of thought to get another improvement. Wait, what was that? I got a lot of speed off of that. That was kind of crazy. A little bit of airtime there. Didn't get as much speed off of it that time, but got a smoother line. Oh, airtime. Dang it. I might have caught up to myself if I hadn't got that little bit of airtime there. Again, so much speed there. It's hard to maintain up at the top though. That's crazy. That like drift or whatever. Interesting. Gotta get kind of the right line too, because you need to skip that penalty patch there. Yeah, if you could somehow, man, that is a tight snap getting around that tree. Ah, dang it. That little hump right there screwed me up so many times. Ah. Yeah, Gore-Tex is good stuff. It's like synthetic leather, but better. Actually maintains a bit more heat. That's another thing too. The boots that I got are really warm and comfy. Dang it. It's a tough one. You gotta nail every transition on this one. It is pretty fascinating stuff. Yeah, it was designed by the military, of course, and was picked up by firefighters. They use it a lot for firefighting, Gore-Tex and Vibram. Week 55, uphill. Doesn't look very uphill. Looks definitely very downhill. Interesting. Bunch of U-turns. Okay. That is interesting. I didn't know that. Water molecules are twice the size of sweat molecules. So the sweat can escape, but the water can't get in. That's interesting. Science indeed. I love how the that's like one of the most common themes of chat when watching a freaking Trackmania video is people talking about like historical stuff and science. You know, Virtual's got his whole thing with pyramids or whatever. Why it lets out sweat and breathe, right? Yeah. Interesting. That's, huh. I suppose, you know, think about the composition of a sweat molecule. Probably, you know, it's got carbon in it. It's not H2O. Jeez, dang it. Oh, dang. You can ride the outside of that. Outside line of this. Oh, just barely. Carbon and salt, right? Carbon and sodium, that would make sense. Damn it. Interesting though, because they say, you know, the human body's like 70% water, like the planet is 70% water or whatever, but like 73% actually, I think. But then sweat isn't actually water. Where does the water go? It gets metabolized into something else. Broken down by the body. Damn it. Means you can't go through Gore-Tex. That's fun. You're probably right. Unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, you know. You'd want it to, like, it's supposed to go around you. You would hope that you wouldn't seep through your clothing. That would be awkward. Man, I had a couple of really good lines there, but U-turns on dirt like this are tough to get right. Ah, dang it. Unless you become a sweat. Some games I sweat pretty hard. This one is not one. I mean, I like to try. It's cool to... Oh, damn, it's cool to improve and stuff, but... I can't imagine myself ever sweating on this game. This is about as sweaty as it gets for me right here. I do love me some dirt though. Gotta at least do good on this track. Ah. You sweat pretty hard in this game. Yeah. It's one of those games that's just easy to like get sucked into, you know? You freaking put 100 attempts in and not even notice it. Like throw a YouTube video on and then all of a sudden it's over and you still haven't made an improvement yet. Like, alright, well, another YouTube video. That's usually what I end up doing. Throwing on like an hour-long video or rewatching my stream or whatever and make sure everything went well. Throw that onto the background. Pretty quickly the video's over and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I still suck. Damn it. 27,000 resets. Yeah. It's a good thing I don't have freaking access to mods and stuff, because I would probably be like suicidal or something. It's the not knowing, you know, not knowing is actually kind of nice sometimes. When you know how much time, like when you have like a quantified freaking readout of exactly how much of your life you wasted on something like that, it could be kind of depressing. You got number 22 in Oregon. That's not too bad. I still feel like I can do better here though. This track, like, oh, that was actually really good. If I can have a start like that and miss that last wall, that last corner. Damn it. Yeah, need to do that. Well, I mean, you know, some of those things it is nice to know. There's again like a nuance there. There's a fine line between love and hate, you know. Damn it. Alright, now I'm getting too finicky about this. There we go. Oh, hey, nice. Actually. No! Damn it! I was so, like, that was so good. That was so good. I had so much more speed there, and I don't even know what I really did. Ah! Besides the earlier turn. Have it counting in the background. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, when you know it's there, you know? I have a hard time with that kind of stuff. When you know it's there, you can't just not look at it, you know? It's like freaking hatching eggs, trying to get shinies in Pokemon. Did that a few times, where like I completely filled up my box with eggs. When you fill up all freaking 45 pages or whatever with Riolu eggs. That's when you realize might not be worth your time anymore. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, as long as there's, you know, like barriers. Oh man, that start again. Need that early turn around that rock there. Damn it. Every time. Like target fixation. There we go. Oh, dang, man. That last turn is a huge pain. That rock is in like the worst spot. Ah, dang it. All these rocks are in terrible spots. All right, on to the next. That was uphill. Didn't get a terrible score, but now, full disclosure, I did already do a couple of runs on this one. I couldn't help myself. I was trying out stuff, but I didn't find any crazy good paths or anything. This track is rough. There's apparently a certain number of routes. Not a fan. Yeah, it's with the rocks and stuff, it's a little rough. Unironically. We go down this ramp. We're gonna just check it out. This is a path that I have not tested. I've gone straight and through the like food court or whatever, and that route sucks. We're gonna try this one. Whoa. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Was hoping for a drift there, but gotta be at just the right speed to get the drift activated. Oh, almost. Oh my gosh. 190 there is about as low as you can get, probably. If it wasn't for that, the downhill probably helping initiate it. Dang. Okay. Ah, man. That's a tough angle. We're gonna get it though. I don't know if this is the right path, but I just want to finish it at least once. Oh crap. Damn it. Gotta get set up for that one right. So you want to go to the right, all the way to the right, so you can come back to the left on that. Dang. That was so close. There we go. Damn. That's a tough route. Aha. Interesting. Might get a slight improvement with that over the route that I found. So the route that I found though, after messing around with this a little bit, oh, wrong way, was to bounce off this plastic right here, and then you can back yourself onto this. Oh wow, that was terrible. And there's another checkpoint down there. That was not intended, but I'm thinking that's probably not the best path. For multiple reasons. You can go this way, and there's a route around this. I haven't tried this one yet either. That seems like a rather simple route. Wow. A second and almost a half faster than the route that I previously took, and that was without trying too much. Yeah, it's unfortunate the dirt map sucks. I actually am a huge fan of dirt maps. So. Doesn't really, I guess it's not that bad. Definitely not one of the best. Yay, author medal. And we got in the top 100. All right, well, there's got to be, what's behind us? Let's try the white route, I guess. Down here. Haven't been down here yet. Damn. It's an early checkpoint. Really? Get both checkpoints that early? Yo, okay, this might be the route. Where's the finish, though? Is there a hidden finish somewhere? Gotta be. Dang, finish is all the way back here? Holy shit. No way, there's gotta be a earlier finish than that. Is there a way that we can... That's the only path you can take once you get down here. No earlier, no faster route. It gives you both checkpoints so early, but then like you have nothing after that. Ah, that sucks. Okay. Clean route. Yeah, this is one that I found. I kind of rerouted it, but we could try that. White route sucks. Ah, get the wall. Anything's better than hitting the wall. Okay, white route sucks. Damn it. Red route sucks. Where is the combination? Okay, so there's a finish. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be a way that we can freaking mix our routes and get there faster. That was pretty fast, but if I can do that a little bit faster. There we go, that was pretty good. Oh, damn it. Ah, no. I appreciate that. I mean, I just feel like there's gotta be... Where does this go? Magnet block. Probably skip that. Oh, no. Checkpoints here. Force checkpoints all the way around the back, so you can't skip it. Let's see. There's one checkpoint there. Is there a way to freaking skip that? Disco. I appreciate you. Oh, what? That was unexpected. The crate is plastic. Huh. Or is it plastic? Did I just somehow get a plastic bounce when I shouldn't have? Whoa. mean, that was faster, but well, that wasn't too bad. I still say there's gotta be some kind of crazy skip. Like phase yourself through that crate or something. Yo, no. Oh. Straight tossed. I don't know what would do. I mean, got a pretty good run there, but I feel like there's got to be more, you know? Oh, that's the... Yeah, if you go through the freaking picnic tables. It's like the worst route. Legitimately, the worst route. There'd be no point in going down there. Oh, you could. You could somehow get to that. That might be pretty good. Fence there. I feel like my route is, the route that I've taken here is pretty good, but it's got to be an optimization. Phasing through objects. Yeah, the like Quicksilver guy. Yeah, I mean, you know, phasing through objects is not that far-fetched in this game. They definitely do that a lot. Huh. I feel like that could be something. Doesn't take much more than that. From a strictly theoretical perspective. Yeah. I mean, more than theoretical, actually. Could, like, if you're going fast enough, like, think of like a light particle. They just phase through things. Like, they're not even there, literally. But if you vibrate at the right frequency, then you can pass through certain objects. True. It's the Manhattan Project. Isn't that just that's teleportation, bro? That's just Star Trek. Dang it. Oh man. Yeah, there's a theory about the transporters in Star Trek that, like, it copies you and transports the copy, but like the original's destroyed. So when you go through a portal or a teleporter in Star Trek, making a new version of you and deleting the old one. Wow. Ah, yeah, saw that coming. I would have landed on that. I would have been stranded after that, but it would have been a cool landing. Dang. There's gotta be, I'm looking at this, I'm trying to think of something. There's gotta be a way to break the route. Well, we'll come back to that. We got a pretty good score for now. 36 in Oregon's all right. We'll take that. You can get the author medal by taking the far right yellow path there. Speed! Track 4. Okay. Speed tech. Great. Oh, God. That's... Speed tech is like by far one of my least favorite things, but at least this is kind of a short track. I even got the author medal off of that, really? Okay, well. We're going to improve. Probably shouldn't have released, should have drifted instead maybe, but I probably would have smashed into the wall if I did that. That's a, you know, fair improvement. Okay, let's... With confidence, right, like pouring tea, swift and sure. Ah, oh, shit. God dang it. I was doing so good. It just works. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Now I'm being less safe. Oh, that was crazy smooth. I can't believe I actually made it. Whoa. Yeah, that's a problem. That little hill right there. Ah, dang it. Oh, man. Okay. Nope. No releasing. We're gonna do one with like actual full speed. And then probably call it good. Didn't get the drift, but I didn't release either. Oh. Yo! Whew. Barely freaking held it to the end there. Holy crap. We made it though. That was a close one. Alright. That totally unintended drift right there. Another totally unintended drift right there. I can't believe I freaking saved it. GG, thanks, man. Yeah, that was freaking intense. These tracks, man, they always get me. I don't know. Speed tech is just... It's just scary for me. I don't know. I can never get comfortable with it. I've seen some things with this track already. There's apparently a little skip that you can get here. Might be more than just a little skip. Need a ton of speed going down there, so we go like this. That was an interesting little bounce. Interesting. Oh, okay. Ah, of course. Try not to deviate too much. Nice, there we go, that was better. Still not quite. Could just skip that whole thing. Wall. Wow, that was a ton of speed. Alright, well, let's see. Wall ride that, get a ton of speed there. That sucks. We don't want to hit that because it bounces us up for some reason. We can get the speed to just freaking skip that, maybe. That was part of what I was shown here. Is you can actually skip this turn, but it's kind of a wild strat. Of course, with everything's plastic. That was such a terrible run, but that gives me a lot to improve on. Wow. Damn. Yeah, getting through that finish smoothly is gonna be probably one of the biggest game changers. Whoa! Okay. That was unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, wow. Again with that? That sucks. Again, terrible run. But we're kind of improving. We're getting some... Jeez, why does... That's gonna be annoying. Holy cow. God dang it. Every time. It's hard to turn too much. I know, dude. That's crazy. It just keeps happening, though. It was like 4 times in a row. It seems like because of where the freaking... It's right there. It's where those platforms come together. I keep hitting the edge of it somehow. It's terrible, but... Damn it. I just want to improve at this point. Jeebus, what is this, dude? Plastic hates me. Now the strat is to come down here and bounce across that off of the corner. You need the wall ride though. Wild. Every freaking time. That's crazy. Like, I just hit the perfect freaking angle every time. I think it's just a piece of plastic. Just a piece of crap. No, I definitely do believe the plastic holds a grudge against me for some reason. Dude, plastic and me do not get along, like, at all. I don't know what it is, but plastic in this game is just rough. It's like one of the most frustrating substances. Wet plastic is the worst. Oh my god. Wet plastic will freaking drive me insane, man. A couple weeks, that one track they had a couple weeks back with the freaking wet reactor. Looked like it was like undersea or whatever. That was, oh my, that was like my kryptonite. With high acceleration. Grass with high acceleration. Yeah. That might actually make me warm up to it a little bit, thinking of it like that. Oh yeah, wet plastic equals just prey. Exactly. I think I said like almost the same thing. Like you just freaking set an angle and hope that freaking ping pongs you into the finish. Jeez. I don't know how I keep getting improvements when like my runs feel like they're just getting worse and worse. How? I just keep getting these marginal improvements with just terrible runs. I would like to try to bounce off of that, but I don't know if I'm gonna get the freaking right. Okay, that was kind of interesting. Not what I was intending, but fun, nonetheless. There we go, nice clean wall ride there. We can get that, actually. Get the double wall ride smooth. Might actually give us a ton of speed for the finish. Need to somehow set up to finish that smoothly, though. If we can freaking get through that last section in a near straight line, that would actually probably save us a ton of time here. Jeez. Okay, that was actually pretty close. If I can get something like that. Move that downhill super smooth. That actually, you know what? That actually could be a thing. That's crazy, man. It just keeps happening. Dang. I'm trying to... get a nice setup for the finish, but not gonna be easy. Could bug slide. Can we bug slide in the freaking rally car? Is that even a thing? Damn it. It's so hard to adjust yourself on these platforms. Like once you've made a line, once you've set yourself into a line, like you're there. So if it's not where you want to be, then that's like kind of like SOL. Plastic is a huge pain in my ass. If I hadn't have bumped my nose there, that actually was a good entry. Damn it. At least I managed to get it through that without freaking getting a dead stop again. Dang. I don't like this track. This plastic is annoying. Plastic is always annoying to me, though. Need to figure out what's the correct approach to get that bounce. Ooh, almost. That was pretty good. Interesting. Somehow worked out, sort of. Yo! Wee! Okay, that's That's kind of like run up to what I'm looking for, a gateway to what I'm trying to achieve. Ah, dang it. Okay. Ah, damn. I got a ceiling bounce, or a roof hit off of one of the freaking railing pieces there. That actually ended up giving me a lot of speed. Whoa. Wow. Ah, that's... See, the wall ride's good, but I need to avoid bouncing off of that wall at the bottom, which seems like it's not going to be possible if I get that wall right. Yeah, I love when they freaking make these big open maps like this. Yeah, I do the same thing. There was a couple of tracks, or there was one track in particular a couple weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks ago, where it had a big open space at the bottom, and I tried to see if I could full speed all the way around it. Just barely. That finish is gonna be a killer for sure. Wee. Had like the perfect turn there though. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Still need a better run though. Freaking one of our viewers says they got a 13. What the? Oh my god, dude. Hitting everything. I don't even understand how I'm hitting some of this stuff. But one of our viewers has a 13.1, they said. By skipping that. By bouncing off of this railing here. And skipping this turn. Yo, thanks for following, man. Heck yeah, appreciate you. Hey, if you are looking for a group to hunt with, you can join the club. It's a TBL rally. We got 3 people in there, including myself. The 576. Let's see, what is it? He said he got a 13. He apparently did. Looks like he's got a dang good time. But yeah. Oh, why can I see his time? That's weird. Why can I see his time? Rock on. Heck yeah. Thanks for joining. And I also have my own campaign, STDM Rally. You can check that out if you want. Got a few people that have tried it out. Looks like you've already... Oh yeah, right. You were one of them that went through it a while back. Well, I have a couple of tracks. I have a couple of tracks that I'm working on. I'm gonna have to add those in at some point. I've been working on them for a while, but with Christmas and everything, you know, I've been behind on the video game stuff. But yeah, welcome to the club. yourself to the rest of the team. Looks like I am now getting my ass handed to me. It's weird. I wonder why I can see his time. That is really weird. Mostly play campaign. Yeah, I mostly do the weekly shorts. I do check out the campaigns. Like, I try to complete every map if I can, but I am not the best. Some of these tracks are freaking crazy to me. Like this one, I spent like an hour on this track, and there's like 2 turns that just wreck me. Anytime below 80. Oh, okay. What am I looking at? What am I looking at for 4? Inglare Hobbit. It's Kreth on campaign. Oh. Oh, are you up there? Yo, number 5. Shit. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Damn. Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's a couple of campaign tracks I've tried real hard at. It was freaking, what's it? The fall or the summer campaign, or might have been. There was one track I tried real hard on. Oh, this one. You know, the funny thing is, I was talking about how like water physics and stuff really annoys me, but this one was actually really fun. It was like wet reactor wood, which is kind of a really wild combination, but I enjoyed the crap out of it. Oh, you saw your name again, huh? Yeah, number 4 on that one. Hell yeah, dude. Rock on. Damn. Yeah, you do put some work into the campaigns, don't you? Some of these don't load for some reason. Yeah, that's one thing. For some reason, freaking records don't like to load on the Xbox sometimes. We got a little bit of extra time today. You sweat a lot. Yeah, I've seen you pop up a couple of times, actually. Heck yeah, I appreciate having you in chat. I haven't decided to do so yet up to this point, but I've had a lot of people recommending that I try out the advanced campaigns, or the advanced shorts. That's awesome. A lot of people just don't. Advanced shorts. Do this one, right? No? This isn't the one. It should be a specific one. Waiting for somebody to say something. Natalie, are you there? They're the ones that always want me to do it. Week 37. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Under clubs, yeah. These aren't hidden though, so this is that last week's? No. Thought yeah, I thought they were supposed to be hidden. Oh well. It does not want to load the leaderboards here either. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah. No, it's a pain. I don't know why. It's endless. Alright, well. We do week 37 of the advanced shorts. Okay. So we go wide here. Uh-oh. Shit. Need to go lower there. There we go. Yeah. Damn you, Billy. Hot Billy. Oh shit, damn. Actually, that was pretty good though. Advanced shorts, week 37. This is track 1 of week 37, the advanced shorts. I could have swore the times were hidden though. Maybe they just forgot to do it this week. Oh, come on. Brain, work with me. I don't know why I'm sucking so hard right now. I was like focused on other stuff for so long now. Brain doesn't want to work normal. Ah, that turn. That turn's a rough one. Because you gotta get way to the inside of it. What? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. There we go. Okay. That was kind of fun. The end is a little funky, but... I like the path, to be honest. High speed, but it gives you a ton of room to maneuver. Oh, there we go. That's the entry on that I was looking for. That pillar. 3 weeks ago. Really? Well, I've only ever done the advanced shorts like once or twice. And I might not be on the right one, but it was the one that's live. Oh my god, okay. So you gotta drift through that. You want to be on the inside of that pillar, actually. I was pretty sure the advanced shorts had the records hidden too, or the leaderboards. Oh no! Oh. We take it. This one's got a wild finish. Oh, so that's the hardest part for me. For sure. Yeah. Right, at the end of the week they unlock it so everybody can see it. Ah, crap. There we go. That's better. Oh, did I brush it? Oh my, I just barely brushed the pillar. That sucks. Had a good line there. I had to slow down a lot though. Ah, man. If I can skip that corner a little bit, or cut that corner, I mean. Okay. Whatever, it's faster. God dang it. Need one good clean finish. That's a good one. I actually like this map. That's part of the reason why I do the weeklies more than the campaigns and stuff, is because I like the community made content more than I do the official content, if I'm being honest. Like, the official content, though, they do come out with some good stuff every once in a while, and like, you know, they're really good at the formula of, you know, like exploiting certain types of skills and whatnot. I feel like the community just makes much more unique and inspired maps. Yo, there it is. Okay, perfect. Oh, no author medal still? Dang, what's the author medal? What's the author medal? 21.8. I gotta cut 0.2 off somehow. Okay. Gotta get that author medal. Ah, dang. Guidelines for their campaign mapping. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. You know, if there's like I said, you know, there's like an official formula or whatever they're probably trying to stick to, I'm sure, but I just feel like the official maps are just, like I said, I don't know, it's not like they're generic, but they're just like less inspired. Like, I don't know if it's like the decoration or just like generally the way that they're built, but it just feels so robotic, kind of like mechanical. It's the lack of guidelines that makes the community maps better, for sure. Generic is, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's an alright way to describe it, but there's a better word for it. I just can't think of what it is. I mean, it is kind of generic, like formulaic is, you know, kind of another way to put it. Basically means the same thing. There we go. That was a beautiful jump there. Nice. Damn it. A little too close to that wall. Nice. Ooh, yes. No, no. Ah. Yeah, they use a lot of the like core set pieces and whatever. Maybe that's part of it, is just the way that it looks, you know. It's, I don't know, it's just hard to describe. It's like, yeah, when it's in the Deo map, you know it's in the Deo map. Damn. Thanks, man. Appreciate you being here. Work on getting some records, man. Review one of your Got to review one of your runs one of these weeks. I guess I could review the campaign, but it just seems like a lot. Damn it. Dang, man. Gotta get, like, the perfect freaking angle of that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Might be time to move on to the next one. I was hoping I'd be able to get the freaking author medal here, which I can definitely get. I almost had it a couple runs ago, but okay. There we go. Shit. Damn it. It's that turn right there that's gonna make the biggest difference. Skip a lot of that grass if I can and get really low there on that turn. Nope. Need to be more inside on that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Not really high there. Oh, but that's a good landing there. Dang. had the speed, but I had a bad angle on that. It's too bad there's a checkpoint down there, otherwise you could just jump straight across that. No. Ah, man. Yeah. Might be time to move on. Nope, okay. Dang. Alright, yep. On to the next. We can get the author medal on that one later. Playground. Interesting. Oh, one of these. Ah. Okay. These are always annoying. And you gotta have the speed to make it up there. Okay. Let's see. We go around the rim on that. Nope. Okay. If I jump a little bit. Okay. Whoa. Nope. Had something there. Nice and smooth-ish. Not even. How? How are we gonna get up to that? Ah, man. That actually kind of looked like that might be a viable path there. Need to not tilt to the left, though. Okay. Damn. That sucks. Oof. Trying to think of how we're gonna keep our speed even, because we gotta have a ton of speed to make it up there. Crazy. No, man. It actually looked like it was gonna be pretty smooth. How? I don't even understand how you're supposed to finish this. Let alone get a good time on it. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to freaking work on that one later, I guess. I cannot even. What did it say? Winter washed. That is what it said. Okay. And we're in the snow car. Holy crap. Okay. Jeez. Alright, making it down that with speed is going to be a challenge. That was closer. Interesting. Okay, wait, what? Ah, okay. Ah. Okay, so we want to go around the outside of that, I'm guessing. Yeah. And we need to carry speed. Damn it. Okay. Oof. That was suck. Well, at least we're making it. Oh, I don't want to go down there. Gotta ride around the edge of that. What? Okay. Alright. Ah. Need to get smooth into that little pit there. There we go. Oh, that was a way. that's one way of doing it. Thank you everyone for being here, by the way. If you're watching over on YouTube, please do check out my links in the description. Go follow me over on Twitch and check out some of those affiliate codes too, especially Coffee Brand Coffee. They got some really good stuff, really good flavors for the holiday right now. They got some maple pecan coffee. That one's a really good one. They also got blackberry cobbler, which is an interesting flavor of coffee, but still very good. Definitely check it out. At the very least, please do give me a follow over on Twitch. Greatly appreciate it. And you get to watch the horizontal format full screen. You don't love the vertical format, though it does seem like I'm actually getting a lot more viewership in the vertical format. Feels like that might just be YouTube arbitrarily encouraging things that most people don't really care about. That was a terrible finish. Ah! That was a bad angle, but good jump. We had a lot of speed that time. We're starting to figure this track out. Ah! Yeah, definitely need that downhill there. Makes a big difference. Smooth there, downhill there. Boom, nice line there. Once you go around the outside edge of that for the most speed, I would say. Still actually managed to get in there faster. I didn't smash into the freaking upright. Well, I did, but at least I got the nose in there. Ah! It's a tough one. Snow car is touchy. Oh, man. Even just the slightest speed loss there makes that jump nearly impossible. There we go. Oh, but I couldn't adjust. What the heck? Go. There we go. Oh, dang it. Oof. It's a tough one. There we go. No! Son of a bitch. Dang it. Just the tiniest bit too much tilt there. Ah. Okay, there we go. Nice. Nice. Oof. You gotta maintain like the perfect freaking contact all the way through this whole track. Otherwise you lose too much speed for everything. Come on. This first hill is kind of a pain. We can get just through this first section. Have the rest of it pretty much figured out, but there we go. There we go. There we go. No! No! Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Ah. A little bit too much tilt again. That hill is designed to kill your run. Okay. Somehow managed to maintain a lot of speed through that. No! No! Damn it! Whoa. Almost got this. No. Aw, man. There we go. No. God damn it. Whatever, it's an improvement. We will take it. Damn it, though. Well, we got the author medal at least. Man, I had such a good run here. We can just get through that next section. Got this part freaking nailed down. It's this section right here. There we go. There. No, bitch. It's doing so good. That one tree, right though? Right though? God damn it. Ah, I had such a good run. And then that one tree. It's always that one tree. It jumps right out in freaking front of you. You least expect it. Okay. Nice and smooth there. We go smooth here. Pretty smooth there. Nice. Smooth line here. We don't smash in this stupid goddamn tree. And there we go! Yes. Okay. Well, that still wasn't the freaking best run out of all of them, but at least I made it through the finish cleanly. God, that was a huge pain. Alright. I do enjoy it, though. It was actually a good track. I wouldn't have freaking put so much effort into it if I didn't actually enjoy it. That was a good one. The advanced shorts are pretty good so far. I'm being told, though, this is not the actual advanced shorts, though. Or that it is, but this is from like a couple weeks ago. I don't know where the right ones are, but this is the only ones I know about. Okay. So I'm assuming, interesting. I'm assuming the goal here is to skip. How many checkpoints are 4? The goal here is to skip the slow-mos and the engine offs. We jump. They put those flags there on purpose, those bastards. Okay, if we go tough one, we might be able to jump there or there. Go here, finish line there, but if we go there, no, okay, so I think we go up to the left here. Mini RPG pathfinding, yes. This is like my favorite kind of map, actually. I really enjoy the pathfinders. I think they're a ton of fun. If we go here, an angle here, there we go. And oh, wet tires. That's rough. Okay. Okay. And then the last one over here, right? That corner. Yeah, over there. Okay, so how do we get to here? Smooth. No way to skip that. Okay, I think we kind of got a path figured out here. Under. What's under? Okay. We go under here? No. So far, I'm pretty comfortable with that, but I'm not sure. Might not be the right way. Feels like a pretty good path. God, that wet though. The water on your tires is rough. Lasts forever. Nice. Actually, if we can get that going up, that tire clip, set us up pretty good there. Oh, shit. Nope. Dang it. A little bit more air so we can get just over the edge of that. There we go. Nice. A little rough, but that's okay. Now I need to know how to get to this checkpoint easily. speed. That's the thing with speed. Can we like jump that? That's a reset block, right? And this takes us back here. Interesting. So if we go there and there. It won't let you. Okay. I like this, actually. Really making me think. Haven't even gotten a full finish yet. No. Okay. I think I figured out at least a viable path here. Wow. Yeah, that section's rough, but once we get past that. There we go. No. Still had wet tires a little bit. Lasts forever. Like not just wet, it's like soap. Oh man. This water is killer. Oh, god dang it. There's gotta be a better way to get to that last checkpoint. Okay, we take that. It's a finish. Holy crap, that took way too long. 40 seconds. Okay, let's see. So if we go this way instead, how would we get enough speed to get up above? Is that even possible? No, not with that. down below doesn't send you anywhere good. Interesting. Huh. You have to hit that one because you have to hit the water because it's one of the checkpoints. There's no getting around that. But if we go this way, oh, I just literally wrapped back around. I don't know what a faster route there would be. I feel like I spent a lot of time on that track though. I think we'll move on to the next one. What up? Happy New Year. Thanks for popping in. Hell yeah. Happy New Year to everyone. That is tomorrow. The end of 2025. Oh, it looks like a bowling alley. Interesting. The end of 2025. The worst year in history, some people might say. I am not some people. Oh, interesting. We. Uh-oh. 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 Well, maybe. Yeah, okay, we'll take that. Number 5 in Oregon. Not very many people played these, apparently. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that launch. Yo, that was sick, actually. Okay. Yo, that was fun as hell. This is a great track. If you can get that downhill just right. Whee! Holy cow. That was epic. Okay, yo. Let's go. That was sick. That was a sick run. Okay. Nope, damn it. Oof. Nope, damn it. Can't lose any speed here if you want to catch that down right there. Oops. Okay. Let's try the left side. Should be the same, but... Sick. Okay. I just freaking fly through. Barely even touch the ground on the backside. Yo! I just keep getting faster somehow. Nice. 60 in North America. I like that. Dang. That was actually super fast. I got pushed into the perfect downhill there. I want to avoid this. Literally zero control there. Oh my God. The crazy stuff that ends up happening sometimes. Oh man, if I hadn't have landed on the sand, that would have been such a good one. Yeah, I want that, but let's not land on the sand, hopefully. There we go. Nice, actually. No, dang. If I had gotten just a little bit more forward momentum off of that bounce. Oof. A little bit too much of a flip there. Wow. That was sick. Even if it wasn't what I was going for, it was still sick. No. Had a good nose down, but was pitched at a weird angle. Okay. Yo. Oh, man. Hit the water right at the end, slowed me down. No, man, that was such a smooth downhill. Okay. Okay. Not great. Right into the water. Yeah, water slows you down a ton. And we keep going. Oh, yo, that was sick. No. That sucks. That's like probably the one instance where you don't want to land on your tires. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. I will take that. That was a sick run. Hell yeah. That was Zebra featuring Nova, track 5 of the Advanced Shorts number 37. Currently sitting in the top 5 on every track in Oregon. There's only 4 people in Oregon that's even finished number 4. I mean, it is a complicated map. Dude's almost a second ahead of me. I haven't even... how do you even finish that one? It's crazy, man. It's a crazy map. 0.1 ahead of me on that one too. Looks like I definitely have some improvements to make, but I'm totally fine with the scores that I got on most of those. That was the weekly shorts and the advanced shorts. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do this every Tuesday, Trackmania Tuesdays, whatever Wednesday, and Phasmo Friday. Excuse me. That is Phasmophobia on Friday. So if you're interested in that, if you're still lurking, hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to the channel already and you've been hanging out this whole time, appreciate you. Hope to see you in the next one. We will be back tomorrow. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. Might do some Resident Evil, try to finish that off. We're getting really close. So we'll see what happens. In any case, come back for it. Hit that follow, like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Stay safe, stay warm, and as always, trust the Bloodlust.